A viewer on my other channel asked me about doing zoom in and zoom out cuts in video editing. I thought this might be useful to you. Let's take a look. Now these zoom cuts where you cut from one to the other, there's a way you can go through and no matter what video editor you have and zoom up and zoom down instead of using these janky cut things. Makes your videos look a little more professional in my opinion. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, to start, your Premiere Pro or your editor may not look like this at all. You may be wondering what's going on here and why it doesn't look this way. There are workspaces. You may have them in your own editor. This is my workspace. Now usually for this tutorial, I don't want all this stuff. I'm just going to go for this tutorial workspace. I have the program monitor window that shows me what I'm doing and what's playing. I have my project here. I've hidden everything not to confuse you. We're not messing around with footage or anything else. We're going to be looking at these effects that are all built into Premiere Pro and these controls and possibly doing some things in there. Here's my tools. This is all my timeline. Just disregard all this stuff. So I'm going along and I want to do some cut shots here. Basically some zoom shots as this person has requested. So it goes along. Let's turn on the audio and see what we got here. What type of lens your camera has. But that should answer our viewer's question as simply as possible. Don't forget I have free courses, assets, and files over at Basic Filmmaker University, and no, I don't spam or add you to death. Links are in the description below. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Let's just do some cuts. The usual tactic for some is to just cut it up and have these cut shots that are just a bit unnatural. It seems to be acceptable on YouTube nowadays. People just cut this thing right up in what it looks like. But that should answer our viewer's question as simply as possible. Don't forget I have free courses depending on what type of lens your camera has. But that should answer our viewer's question as simply as possible. Don't forget I have free courses. And as you can see, it's quite a bit jumpy. It comes here, jump, jump. And that's okay. I mean, it seems to be acceptable on YouTube. But what we can do and answer our viewer's question is how do you do a zoom shot on here so it doesn't look so much like a jump? I'm going to go to my effects controls. You can just disregard all this other stuff. Don't get confused by all that stuff. And it's basically how much am I going to zoom this thing up. I'm going to set this, well, let's say I'm going to up it by 10%. Now we end up with something that looks like this. The lens your camera has. But that should answer our viewer's question as simply as possible. Don't forget I have free courses. It looks a bit more natural. It looks more like a camera zoom in. And that's the way I cut up my shots. You don't want to do this a lot or you'll drive your viewer crazy. Like if I were cutting here and here and here and here and I were zooming up shots, it will drive someone crazy. It'll just go nuts. Now, just to prove a point, sometimes your shots are moving around. Sometimes things are not quite lined up. Let's just say, this is just for this demo. You wouldn't normally do this. We're going to zing up to 250%. Well, look what happens now when we go to this cut shot. What type of lens your camera has. But that should answer our viewer's question as simply as possible. Don't forget I have... Okay, that doesn't work at all. What's the point of interest? In this shot, it's me. It's my face. So almost every editor on the planet has this little dude here. It's a transition. And the little transition is called a dissolve. It's just a cross dissolve. And if I had this guy right in there, watch what happens. Okay, right at that cut shot, you can see I have the zoomed up video here and I have the regular video here. All I want to do is go over, and you can either click and drag this or you can move this with this position. You just want to go over and you just want to go maybe the eyeballs, point of interest, the eyes. See how I'm lining that up? There's the back one. I'm just lining up the eyeballs. So the point of interest where they're looking, it isn't this jarring thing like that. It's like that. Once I'm done with that, I take out that little cross dissolve and let's see what we got.
What type of lens your camera has. But that should answer our viewer's question as simply as possible. Don't forget I have free courses.
You see how that works there? It has a better transition between here and here. It's the point of interest. It's zooming up around the eyes and what you're looking at. Okay, so now we got our cut shot. I simply take this position and copy this. Not that I would do this, but let's say I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do another cut shot right there. I wouldn't, but let's do that. I'm going to come down here.
Add you to death. Links are in the
I would just paste it in. Now I got my cut shot there. It's lined up. I'm not moving around or whatever. If I were in a different position on the screen, let's say for some reason I was over here someplace on the next shot, when I went there, I could again do the same thing. I could add my cross dissolve, go in to where it's cross dissolving, and then I could just line up my eyeballs. And it looks like either a zoom on the camera, and it looks natural. It jumps from the point of interest. Same with that. And there you go. I hope that was helpful. I hope you can apply these in your own editor or in Premiere Pro itself to make your shots look a little bit better. You don't have to do them that way. YouTube is really acceptable for these cut shots. I think it looks more professional. Maybe you do. Let me know in the comments below if you were able to successfully do that in your editor. And go check out Basic Filmmaker University. I have free courses over there, free files, free assets, and everything else. I'll put a link in the video below. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
But that should answer our viewer's question as simply as possible. Don't forget I have free courses, assets, and files over at Basic Filmmaker University, and no, I don't spam or add you to death. Links are in the description below. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Don't do that.